Well, you just don't like to listen to good advice, do you? I told you about the window. I sat here, right here, 1 week ago and told you to bar the door and reward the window. Get that trap back up there. And what happens? What happens? I come back here and there is no ward and the door is not barred. I could just walk right in. I did just walk right in. You just left it wide open. I came up over your wall thinking that I'm going to have to work on it a little bit. And no, just opened right up. Like you were leaving the door open, like you wanted me to come in and find an easy way, like you didn't want to stop anybody from coming in. And you should want to stop people from coming in. That was not the smartest thing you've done. Do you understand? It was a very stupid thing to do. To leave the door unbarred and the window unwarded. And you kept the lamp on. Well, I told you to keep the lamp on. That's fine, but at least you listened to one thing I told you to do. So, okay, so before we discuss anything else, I should tell you that I am not here for the job. I'm not here to, come finish what I came here to start last week. Uh, that whole that thing you did when you came at me like you did and you healed me like you did. I suppose that sort of derailed my plans a little bit. Uh, I was already kind of working over what I was going to say in my head on the way over here. Uh, and I still haven't come up with what I'm going to say. It I have my blade. I do have my blade. It's always on me. I'm like, honestly, if I tried to leave the house with it, I would be checking all day and feeling like I was forgetting something. So I do have my blade, but I'm not going to be using it. It's staying where it is. It's staying sheathed while I'm here. It's not going to be used. I mean, it should be used. I'm supposed to use it. I'm supposed to. It's the whole reason I'm supposed to be here. But I'm not using it. I came back because I I kind of wanted to see your face when nobody's bleeding. I wanted to I wanted to see you again, the person who would walk up to a wounded hunter and heal them. Mm. And I also kind of told myself that I was just checking the wards to make sure that you were locked in here, which I mean, clearly I was lying to myself on that because I was also thinking about what I was going to say when I got here. So uh, I was just kidding myself about just checking the wards. I don't do that. I don't. Well, I don't. I don't think I've ever done that before. That's a new one. That's a new one for me. I I like to be self-aware if I can. But then I suppose if I wasn't, how would I know, right? Mm. But my my name my name is Jess, by the way. Uh, Jessica, short for Jessica. So there you go. There's that name, Jess, the witch hunter. Mm, you you don't have to tell me yours. I know yours, obviously. Uh, it seemed fair, but actually, uh, you knowing my name is kind of unusual. Nobody calls me by my name. It's not what they use in the order. In the order, you're just you're just your rank and your last name, and well, that's it. Really, that's your entire identity, and your entire personality is your work record. That's all you are. Is is what you are to the order. And I've been with them so long now. I've been with them so long, and I've spent so much of my time working that I think that is all I was, you know? Just my rank, just my just my work record. Nothing outside of that because I was nothing outside of that. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like I forgot that I was anything outside of that until I thought I was going to be dying on your floor, and I thought I was going to die doing my job. And that was just that was fitting because that's all I was my job. But I'm not just my job. I'm also Jessica. Uh, I mean, you can call me by my name. You can say it. You can say it if you want just once. Actually, I would like it if you said it because I haven't heard someone else say it for so long. Yeah, yeah, like that. Like, okay, don't let's not make this a thing, right? Because I mean, I'm still a hunter. I'm still what I am, right? And I'm still the person who came in here to do a job. I'm still the person who climbed over your wall again tonight to get into your yard, to get into your window. Um, so, you know, one name, one time of having someone call you a name doesn't undo all of the years that I put into this job, all of the years that I was my rank, and all of the years that I have been my record. But it does fracture something. It does it does put a little fracture in that identity that I have wrapped around myself. And fractures widen when they're under stress, when you push against them, or when you do something that puts pressure against them. That fracture widens, and it feels like it widened when you left the door unbarred and said my name. It feels like it fractured, and like I don't know how far it's going to go. I checked the wound every day. Each morning when I woke up, because I kept dreaming about it, I kept thinking about it as I went to sleep and then dreaming about it, and then I would wake up and I would check the spot. Oh, and there was nothing there. There's never anything there. And every morning after I check it, I think, The order always told me that this is impossible. Like this is something that doesn't happen, right? That your kind, the witches, uh, you only do things to twist things and corrupt them and uh, trick people. But the order has also never just put their hand over an injury and done what you did. And the order never made me feel what you made me feel. When you did that, I started wondering. I started wondering what else, right? What else have they not told me, or what else did they tell me that might only seem true from a distance? Uh, You know, uh, I started wondering, and that's not a healthy thing to do. That's not a healthy thing to do. Wondering is dangerous in my job. But you did that. You and your unwarded window and your unbarred door and your lamp. You did that. Can I see your hands? I know that's a strange question, but like I just the the hand that you used to heal me with, I've been going over it in my head for the past week, and I just kind of I'd like to see the real thing. Um, may I hold your hand? Just to touch. Thank you. Just average, ordinary hands, just fingers and digits, just palms and calluses. I don't know what I expect. I guess I expected to feel something like, like power or shock or some cold or some electrical feeling or a lure or, something that they warned us about, like that warmth that's supposed to trick me and lure me and pull me toward you. And your hands are just warm because they're hands, because hands are warm. If you've got decent circulation, that's just circulation hands. That's all that is. That's, you know, normal. Mm. Okay, so anyway, I still haven't gotten to the part that I was going to tell you. I need to tell you. I I'm going to tell you, and you can decide what you want to do. Maybe you're going to decide to actually bar the door this time. Yeah, actually take my advice, listen to me, because I might know a thing or two about this. Anyway, I filed a report last week, right? I told you what I was going to say. I told you what I was going to say, and I said it. I said that your wards were heavier than I expected, and that it would take me a little time to undo them, right? And they accepted that. They believed me because, of course, they believed me. I'd never lied before. I never lied before, and so they accepted it because I've never given them a reason to not believe me. But the problem about always having been honest before and having a good record, that can go both ways, right? I've never had trouble um, with unpicking a word before, and I've never had uh, to ask for more time, and I've never gone out and not finished a job the first time out, and so this is an unusual thing. This is a break from the pattern, and that that draws attention. A break from the pattern draws attention. If I had occasionally needed more time, or if I had occasionally um, not been able to do something, then they wouldn't think anything of it. But the fact that this is the first time, it does sort of draw attention. It draws notice, and so they're going to be sending someone out to verify. if I don't go back with some sort of, uh, and obviously I'm not going to be bringing them back evidence of a kill, right? So uh, I found out this morning that they're sending someone out after this to confirm, right? Just not that they don't trust me, but just they want to make sure that since something has gone a little differently, that everything is okay, and they're going to confirm. And when they confirm, they're going to find that I did not do what I said I was going to do. I didn't do what I was sent to do. So that's a problem when someone else comes here and they don't find a dead you on the ground. Or so I did buy myself some time. I bought us some time with that lie, but now uh, I should be worried sick about having lied to them, about having like basically betrayed my oath, right? I mean, that was my identity, right? I just explained how that was my identity. But I'm not worried about that. I don't feel guilty about that. I don't feel sick about that. I just feel worried about, well, about you. About you and your lamp and your unbarred door. And I'm worried about the person they're coming to verify, and what he's going to do when he finds. Okay, so here's my thought. Here's my thought. We don't have a lot of time. It's not going to be. I bought myself a week. I bought us a week, but it's not going to be a week. It's going to be at most. It's going to be days until somebody comes to check, looking for a body that doesn't exist, or a target that is very much alive and keeping the lamp on. But when they get here, when they get here, it's they're going to they're going to try to do what I was sent here to do. When they find that when they find that you're alive and well, and I have not done what I was supposed to do, they're going to do it. And so I've been thinking, what do I do? What do I do? Right? I mean, I could leave. I could disappear. I could just hightail it out of here, and hopefully they never find me. I mean, they might just figure that I'm dead, and like I came to get you, and you got me instead, which is it's a possibility, and it'll also probably run through their minds that I might be compromised, and if I'm compromised, then they might look for me, and if they look for me, well, I know how they hunt, so I can probably lie low. And so long as I'm not, you know, doing what you do, they won't think that I'm so compromised that I've turned to the other side. They'll just figure I lost my taste for it somehow, which clearly I have. But anyway, I could disappear. But then the guy who's supposed to check on my progress, my work, comes here, and he finds you alive and well, and he well, he doesn't know, but I know. Like, he doesn't know that the way you take your coffee, or that you leave the lamp on, or he doesn't care about those things. So I thought the other thing I thought is that I could just I could be here. I could be here when they get here. If I'm being honest, I haven't really thought that one out fully yet. I mean, I'm not going to just like stand here in your kitchen and wait for somebody. I don't know how that would play out, but I will say that what I've landed on, what I've landed on in my head as I was thinking about what my options were, whether I take off and go, whether I stay here, is that whatever happens when they get here, I am gonna be on your side when it happens. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be I'm gonna be on your side. I kind of could have said that from the beginning, I suppose. I might not have had the nerve, but you said my name and it sounded really nice and reminded me that well, I suppose a few things reminded me that I am not just my job. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna let you think about what I've said, and you think about what you want to do, right? Um, but this time, just could you please actually, for real, this time just bar the door? Actually, for real, bar the door, because you need to bar the door. I know I said I meant it last time. I really, really mean it this time. Last time I was afraid that I would just come walking through. Like, this is what I was afraid of last time. I was afraid that I would come back to you. Just come right back in as if it were okay for me to come back in here. But now I'm afraid that somebody else is gonna come right in here, and it's gonna be somebody with a, you know, still a very good record, who still is only their job, and their identity is only their rank. And, they don't have that fracture in them. So and put the word up. And also, could you just before I go, would you just, could you say my name again? Yeah, thank you. That's that's helpful. It's helpful to remember that I am more than what I've been. Helps me figure out who I'm going to be. I've got a lot to figure out over the next few hours or days before they get here, but, that helps. So, I'll be back. I will be back. I'll be back soon, eh, and, I'll be back before they are. I'm just gonna have to come back with something, more suited for hunting a hunter. Just lock up behind me and keep the lamp on. Hey there, cupcakes. Thank you all so much for being here at the end of the story. If you like this character, I assume you do because you're still here. She's over in a spicy audio that I put over on Patreon. This was a really romantic, well, to me, it was romantic. This is a character who just doesn't want to love the person that they're falling in love with because it's very complicated for them for their whole life, and she's doing it anyway. And I kind of love that. I kind of love. There's a little bit of that enemies to love, not just a little of enemies to lovers, because like look what she came in to do. But the enemies to lovers trope, I God, it can be so toxic, like, and but it can be so toxic, but I kind of love it. It's one of those things, like, if somebody's treating you badly in real life, don't fall in love with them, just use that as the red flag that it is, but in stories, oh, I swoon for it. So, anyway, thank you all so much for your time and your attention. I'm always so humbled because you guys have so many options to listen to as you go to bed or as you get some work done, and I am so grateful for you hanging out with me for this time and all those likes and shares and comments and hypes, shares and hypes especially. Oh my goodness. YouTube takes that and runs with it. If you like an artist, just share a link on social media and YouTube loves that stuff. So, it's just it's such a phenomenal thing to do. And hype's such a phenomenal thing to do for your favorite artists. So thank you for the people who do it for me. I appreciate that. I have my Sunday spicy came out a little bit late. Every once in a while it does that. Uh, this week it was because I spent an unreasonable amount of time, and I was bad. I spent so much time hanging out with the cupcakes in the bakers and pound cake chat and just hanging out in the server in general. I I needed it. I appreciated you guys always being there and hanging out, and it was I needed the break this week. I'm coming up to a very busy time, and so I should have taken the time off to just hang out and chat, but it was a nice break. So I appreciate all of the people who've been hanging out in my Discord server, because oh my, I it was nice. Thank you. Thank you all so very much for being there for me. You guys are wonderful. And also, I have so many new wonderful people. Let's see. There is Mark and Ryan Mattis and Villanueva and Karu Knox. And I would like to welcome you all to the Patreon server. Also, Mushan and Jim, thank you so much for the gifts on Throne. Uh, you I appreciate you. Mushan likes to take Mushan. Mushan loves to be my frenemy, but he loves on Cupcake. He loves on my bird so much, and I think it's because the bird laughs at his jokes when he taunts me. So, but anyway, I hope you guys are all having as wonderful a week as I am, and I hope you all get to have the kind of support system that I've had because you guys are wonderful and I want all the best for you. Please be as good to yourselves as you are to me. And I will talk to you soon. I can talk. I can make the words come out as I mean them to come out. I do it all the time. Actually, no, I don't. All those flustered audios that I do, those are just me. All right. You take care. I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.